Welcome to the channel. In this video, I want to talk about how I got started in snow service. Years ago, when I was 25, 24 years old, now I'm almost 30 years old, and it started off with an old truck. Right now we have a brand new snow plow, a 2019 F250. I got a 2018 F150, but that is not how it started off. When I started snow service, or any kind of business for that matter, I had absolutely $0 to my name. I did have a truck, but the truck payment was so much money that I essentially had no money left over ever. I had a job at Ford. I was making like $15 an hour, and for whatever reason, I never could really make ends meet at $15 an hour. I had a 2004 Sierra, GMC Sierra. It was a quadra-steer truck, and I was kind of working on cars on the side, but I really wasn't making money, and I wanted to make a change from working on cars to doing something else. And just looking around, I kind of felt like landscaping and snow plowing, lawn mowing, it seemed like those individuals had a lot of money. They always had nice equipment. They had expensive snow plows. They had all this stuff. So it seemed as if the lawn mowing and snow plowing businesses generated a lot of revenue. So I got online and started doing research because I was thinking of different businesses at the time that I could get into. And I started doing research, and just so happened that at the time, 2013, 2014, there was a lot of information about snow plowing, lawn mowing. There was a lot of people who were putting out information on how to get started in lawn mowing. When you look at YouTube, there was a lot of people who were starting out to kind of form a community online talking about lawn care and snow plowing. Whereas the mechanic side of things, the mobile mechanic thing that I was doing, there wasn't a community at all. There was very little information. So I ended up saying, I'm going to start trying out this snow plowing, this lawn mowing, and I'm going to start now. So I made the decision to start now, but it happened to be going into the winter, and I think it was already snowing at the time when I decided that I'm going to start a snow service. I didn't have a business name. I didn't have any insurance. I didn't have anything. I didn't even have a coat to wear, and I started a snow service. So I had to figure out how I was going to provide this service without any equipment. All I had was a truck, a four-wheel drive Sierra 2500 pickup. And what ended up happening is I picked up this shovel that you see right here. It had a steel cutting edge on it. Well, this is all that's left of it now. I think I might have even found this shovel on the road, on the side of the road, and I might have hopped out of my truck and grabbed it. But this is all I had when I started. And I put an ad out on Craigslist saying snow service. Whatever, it just was an ad, free ad on Craigslist for snow service. And I started getting calls. And first lot that I booked was for like 35, 50 bucks, I can't remember. But I showed up with this shovel. It was this big gravel driveway, and I showed up with this shovel and just started shoveling this guy's driveway. And he never met me at first or whatever, and he just showed up every day, and his driveway was done whenever it snowed. And he would leave the money in the door or whatever, and that was it. But he did say, after the first time I did the service, he said, how did you do my snow? I thought you were going to show up with a plow and plow the drive. You actually showed up. It looks like you shoveled it. And I kind of told him, oh yeah, my guys were busy, whatever. So I just said, it's no big deal, I'll shovel this one. Because it was like obvious that I just shoveled it. And it was so hard because it was all gravel. So every time you scooped the shovel, it would just get caught up and stuck. And it was just a huge, I was like worn out after doing this. So that was my first client. After doing that a few times with the shovel, I ended up stealing a snowblower. Here is a look at the snowblower that I stole from my parents. So I went over to Big John's place and I took his Craftsman 9 horsepower 29-inch snowblower that you see right here. It actually still probably runs. It's been in here for a long time, but all the cables are all screwed up now. A few years ago, I tried to get the cables in order, but I don't know if it worked out. I tried taking it to the mower shop to have them fix it just so I could have it, but they refused to fix it. Nobody wants to work on nothing that's old. The actual engine, the company that makes the engine is now out of business. But it you know what? The company that built the snowblower is out of business because it was a Sears snowblower, and now Sears is gone, and Tecumseh is gone. So it's just a old piece of crap machine. But I took this from my parents and I put this on the back of my truck using a wheelchair rack, and I wheeled it around and I started booking more accounts, doing them for $30, $35, before work, after work, that kind of thing. And I just kept working and working and working. And I didn't have a whole lot of business sense. I would book my clients all over the city, some in Detroit, some in my area, some in it didn't matter, anywhere. I'd take any client. And I just drove everywhere. I was putting so many miles on my vehicle. It was just ridiculous. I would go to work in Ford and book clients from Ford. I would just book clients from the line. And it didn't matter where they lived. I would just go and do it. And I wasn't really making a lot of money because I was driving everywhere. So that's the number one rule when you start doing snow, is to not drive everywhere. Just pick a small area and stay in that area. But I built the business around having all these clients that were all over the place. And I eventually, switched everything up and had to get rid of so many clients because it was just unsustainable. But it started off with just a shovel, and then took that snowblower from my parents, which I never gave them back the snowblower. They were not happy about that. And I would just work. One time I worked so much, so many hours, that every joint in my body just felt like it was seized. I couldn't move anything. I couldn't eat. I couldn't talk. I couldn't do anything. Everything hurt. That's how much I worked. Getting up at 2 a.m. in the morning, going and doing snow with this snowblower on the back of my truck, and finishing at 6 or 5 a.m. and then getting to Ford at 6 a.m. Then leaving Ford after doing 10, 11 hours, 12 hours at Ford, going out and doing other people's snow. Just crazy. And it was just what I did. It's what I wanted to do. And I guess that's what life is all about, doing what you want to do. So I kept pushing, kept making little changes here and there, getting rid of this client, adding this client, learning lessons. And I wish I would have learned some of the lessons a little bit quicker. And I still continue to learn lessons every time, every year, every time I go out, everything I do, you still continue to learn lessons. But the point is, you don't need much to start. In fact, it's better to start with less than it is to start with more. The more you have when you start, there's nothing wrong with starting with just a shovel. Even if you don't have a car, even if you don't have a truck, you can still start. You don't need all this stuff. You don't need a brand new truck or any of this stuff that you think you need. If you didn't have a truck, just get a shovel. Just use your 2 feet. Get a shovel. Be slick about it. You can put up a website without a truck, or you could put up flyers without a truck, and you can make more money than a guy with the truck. With just a shovel, you could quickly get a snowblower. That's an advantage. Not having a truck is an advantage because you have to sell work that's in walking distance. There's thousands of houses within walking distance. You can start off in residential. You don't need anything to start. And I did not know that. I thought that I had to have all this special equipment. I wanted a plow. I wanted this. I wanted that. You don't need it. You could just do just houses. You can start off with just a shovel and you can just work your way up, and that's the way to go. And looking back, imagine how much different things would have been if I didn't even have that truck and I started without the truck. I would be further ahead now because I wasn't spoiled. I was spoiled by having a brand new, well, that wasn't brand new. It was an '04. It was like a 10-year-old truck, but it was a nice truck. And it was, you know, able to get me places, but it also hurt me because I was able to make stupid mistakes like driving everywhere. You don't need to drive anywhere to start a snow service. In fact, you'd be better off starting on just your street or just your subdivision, just your neighborhood, a 10-minute walk. There's nothing wrong with that. And that's how I started. Now we're using these Toro snow blowers. You know, I'm actually making changes now, still to this day. I've just switched all my accounts from being per push to being priced out for the whole year. You pay one big fee, $500, and that's it for the year. So we'll see how that goes. Maybe it's a mistake, maybe not, but we'll find out. But anyway, guys, that's how I got started. And if you like this kind of video, let me know and I'll do more. If you like business related talk videos type of deal, relative, videos, let me know and I'll do more. But that's it for the video. Thank you for watching and have a great day. Bye.